On the second day of military exercises, a major escalation. Chinese military jets practice strikes against key targets in Taiwan. A Defense Ministry graphic showing a barrage of missiles fired from air, land, and sea, at least one simulated strike that seems to target the capital city, Taipei. Another 70 Chinese aircraft reported flying near Taiwan, and now 11 warships encircling it, training for a naval blockade.
Strategic ambiguity is not working. China, after Afghanistan, believes that the store is open, that you can go in and take whatever you want on Biden's watch. So the question for the Congress, should we have a defense agreement with the island of Taiwan? We don't. Should we have one? But yes, I'd be very much open to using U.S. forces to defend Taiwan because it's in our national security interest. If they do that, we need to blockade oil shipments coming from the Mideast to China.
We got to give Taiwan the ability to defend themselves. So I hope that we will find a way to get to Taiwan exactly what they need. Bottom line is that we have to make sure Taiwan has what it needs to defend itself. I agree. We have to train. We have to make equipment available. The experiences from Ukraine show us that if we give them the capacity, they have the will, that China will, I think, rejudge or reconsider their strategies.
As far as not getting involved in other conflicts that are not ours, we need to ask Europe, does he speak for them? Because we're pretty heavily involved in Ukraine right now. We're spending a lot of our taxpayer money on a European war. And I've supported that because I think it's in the national interest of the United States to be allies to our allies. But if our allies' position, if in fact Macron speaks for all of Europe and their position now is they're not going to pick sides between the U.S. and China over Taiwan, then maybe we shouldn't be picking sides either. Maybe we should basically say we're going to focus on Taiwan and the threats that China poses, and you guys handle Ukraine and Europe.
Make the basic case for why Americans not only should care about what happens in Taiwan, but should be willing to spill American blood and treasure to defend Taiwan.
Nobody wants that. I think the deterrence is key here. They don't have a NATO in the Pacific, but they do have partners. We want to make sure that they are ready and supportive of the United States and Taiwan. The case for Taiwan, that's a very good question. About 50% of international trade goes through the international straits, but I think more importantly, Chuck, is that the TSMC manufactures 90% of the advanced global supply of advanced semiconductor chips. If China invades and either owns or breaks this, we're in a world of hurt.
There are concerns about our ability to supply equipment to Taiwan based on the fact that we've had to send so much to Ukraine. A report to Congress late last year that came to you says this: the diversion of existing stocks of weapons and munitions to Ukraine has exacerbated a sizable backlog in the delivery of weapons already approved for sale to Taiwan, undermining the island's readiness.
I think the first thing we need to do is to pass a budget for the next fiscal year and do a bipartisan budget that's strong on our national defense, that replenishes our supply chain so that we have the military equipment we need to take care of our own internal security issues, as well as help the Ukrainians and the Taiwanese deal with their security commitments. That means let's put aside the politics of this debt ceiling. Let's increase it to where it needs to be. Let's get together and negotiate a budget that's strong on our national defense, because we do have commitments around the world for our national security.